Hello, 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 everybody. Good afternoon. Hope you survived the go nowhere day, setting up for quarter end, month end, quarter end tomorrow, then Friday, the 1st of July, and then 4th of July holiday. So, hope everyone didn't get chopped up too much today. If you were trading or if you're trading stocks, you only stuck with good setups. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Anissa. So, real quick, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and hitting the like button. Longer term subscribers, please leave some comments and like the videos. All right, that's out of the way. So, we can get down to it. Tomorrow morning, again, as I said, end of quarter. Could be some additional volatility tomorrow. Also, 7:30 Central Time before the 8:30 market open. Lots of numbers coming out. Core PCE, PCE, and we know the Fed watches those pretty closely. Previous was 4.9, forecast 4.8, so that expect to come in slightly better. But we will see this could lead to some pre-market volatility and really determine the early morning direction of the market. Continuing jobless claims also coming out. So we'll keep an eye on that, whether it is a beat or miss. Initial jobless claims also, but the bigger thing is the PCE number. And then after that, we do have Chicago PMI going to be interesting based off the regional numbers we've been seeing. If that goes into more of a contraction, not expecting that to go below 50, but I want to see how much it does drop, especially from the previous 60.3. What else do we have? That is about it. So there we have it. You can see mixed day. Some of the mega caps were holding everything up today. Oil, I hope you're raising stops. If you're trading oil, we got the nice reversal. Also, there's a short-term little mini double top today, which played out very nicely before the even bigger pullback. So Apple up decently, Microsoft up decently, Google pretty flat, Meta up little bounce, Amazon, Tesla took a beating, sort of dragging stuff down. So, very mixed day, still 86%. This keeps pulling back slightly, only up down to 80, well, down to 86% for the 75 basis points, but we're still a month off from that, or just a little less than a month, and negative gamma mode. All right. In terms of earnings, there's not much that's going to have any effect on the market. I'll check in on the Walgreens Boots Alliance before the open tomorrow. Other than that, nothing really interesting me. And here you go. Before we get to the markets, let's go finish saying hi to some more people. Hello, Wavy. Arnold, the GOAT. Hey, Christoph. Chop Fest today's. Somehow we close green. It doesn't surprise me going into a month. And it gives me, now we can either play breakouts or breakdowns tomorrow. Really nice setup, actually. Afternoon, George. How often is the CME Fed? It's updated multiple times during the day. And it's based off of the positioning in the futures. Yeah, it was a pretty boring market. It was a chop fest. So if you didn't have any good signals, it was best to sit on your hands. The best stuff to me was bonds and crude today. Best things was bonds and crudes. Happy Wednesday, Connor. Did anybody see that absolutely asinine quote from Powell this morning while they were doing that meeting overseas? We understand better how little we understand inflation. I mean, isn't that your friggin' job? Since you're targeting a certain inflation rate, and then you're saying, well, we understand better how little we understand inflation. And you actually isn't that supposed to be like the quiet part out loud? That's me like being a doctor botching a surgery going, you know what? Now I understand a little more about how the body works. Yeah, hate to be that patient though. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the I'm sporting the Pink Floyd dark side of the moon. Little dark side of the moon action going on there. But I'm feeling sort of comfortably numb at this point. Yeah, that was. Come on, you took. Oh, that is your goal. Inflation plays into price stability. That's one of your mandates. Hello, oops. It's like oops. How does the Fed not understand the core of his job? I mean, people have been talking about inflation and getting out of control. Because these guys have never been in the markets. You trade, you have an active role in the markets. You start to understand things a lot better than being in academics and in like the Federal Reserve your whole life. Jeez. And then they dictate monetary policy for a whole country. It's terrifying to me. Burry said growth stocks will make a big move. Probably lower. That's my big next move. Or like the president saying, now I know how little we know about governing. If he could get the words out clearly. Inside Powell's mind, it's all dark. Don't say we, Powell. Yeah. I mean, I almost fell out of my. I was like, what? There's a bunch of other quotes, but I just wanted to mention that because theater of the absurd. So, cycle's still rolling over on the daily. Let me switch cameras here. Hey, Strategy, thank you for being here. Again, thank you everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. We live in strange times indeed. Yeah, it's literally mind-boggling. So you can see here back and forth. We got the little play off the open with not a lot of follow-through. Remember, I talked about that breakout and then watch it go to the other side. We got some momentum, and then we could not really get below that 3,800. I was watching 3,805 to 3,800 and held there multiple times. So that was there were some little scalp plays, but then no real breakout plays. I was watching for a key close above 38.38 and never got it. So essentially, breakdown play, really you got to target 3,800. Warning sign is about 38.0250 area. And for the breakdown, and the breakout play above 38.38. Let's get through the time frames, again, still hugging that 1 hour rotations, and I actually love when this happens. Softening it up, and yes, you do have a multiple bottom. By the way, no, this is not a double bottom. It's got too much of an inverse. I'm just going to put up the targets because I've looked at these before. But, I mean, right here, it just gives me targets to still react other than just the harmonics. And what I do like with this is here was the breakdown zone from this clear path on the 1 hour. And this is an advanced clear path overall. So that just reinforces that. So I'm essentially going to use these. And this next target comes in by this high. And then that would be a minor target. And the major target would be to 38.88. So I have my upside targets there. Now my downside, my minor is this 37.95, and then my major area is about 37.78 to 37.80. So I'm all set up. We can call it a day. I am set up. Let's see what George has to say. 2 economists are marooned on an island. One economist says assume a boat. That's how assume a boat. Oh boy. Thank you, George. U.S. 5-year tips break-even rate falls more than 10 basis points to 2022 low. By the way, I was texting with Bob just before this, and there are a lot more cracks appearing in the global credit markets. So does that mean something as for tomorrow? No, but we have to be prepared again. I think Japan's going to be the first to break. Japan's going to be the first to break. If that breaks, we really get to watch out. Then we get to have really fun, interesting trading times. By the way, even on a little move up, I have to, with that 4-hour rotation zone where it is and this key close lining up, I cannot ignore this 38.48, 38.50 level. for a potential quick little reversal. So that's another thing you might want to just jot down for playing along at home. Yeah, scalpers, this was a fantastic scalping day. You know, it was a balance day. And you get those. Every day is not a trend day. This was just a balance day. And it actually, the key levels held up pretty well. Hey, Dr. Michael. Dream come true. Penny stocks are doing better than expected. Give it a week. Hey, Dan Jet. And there's always certain penny stocks that are in play. We'll get to the Russell in a second. Hold on. NASDAQ. Again, thank you for being here. Dream come true. NASDAQ, you can see daily. Again, it's still going to be the same thing. The key levels, I'll just list them off now, are still about 11,534. So that's going to be pretty to about 11,517. Below 517, then you really breaking below that 52.5. But it is in that area for a potential reversal between the 50 and the 62.5. Also, you see NASDAQ tried to break above a couple times, but you know what I watch. You know, when we get a close above there, I watch for a pullback, especially on days like this. I watch for a pullback and then that rotation back up, and you see close and snap back, close, snap back. So that's why on days like this, you really have to learn to wait for that secondary move, because it's just a little expansion. And the NASDAQ's notorious for this, just a slight overshoot, then a snapback. So really expanding this range, the first little area I get a warning sign for a breakdown is about 11,600, and the real area is about 11,585. To the upside now with that range expansion, about 11,733. Come on, there we go. And again, against that 1 hour rotation zone. So if we do get through that into that clear path move, and the first target is about 11,791, and then I'll just be using the intraday harmonics for that. This is a little too sloppy down there. So that's overall. Let me check in that 4 hour. Again, the same thing. So now I do have an intermediate target about 11,810 to 11,814 area. And by the way, if we did break below this 11, if we had a monster sell-off day, which would surprise me, you do have a fair amount of support in here, but then if you do break through these key areas, you're back down to about 11,400, 11,370 area. Dow, again, I'm actually expecting unless there's something really wacky that comes out with the numbers, I'm expecting a rally tomorrow. Dow, just another inside day. Nothing to talk about here. Dow actually broke this lower range and sort of ranged higher. So now the key breakout area is right about this harmonic, this 37.5, about 31,125 area. For the breakout, the breakdown is about 30,875. Between that, there's really nothing for me to do. If we snap lower, I'm targeting just a 50% harmonic. Besides using some minor harmonics, I'd use the major one of 30,660 area. And to the upside, clear path, and my full target on that would be about 31,300 to 31,340. Not much of a difference. We had a comment on the Russell. And yes, the Russell has not filled this gap yet. The Russell coming back between the 50 and the 62.5. It's a little hard to see unless I change the color here. Here's the 50 right there, and then did I change the wrong one? Oops. I should have changed. Well. It's between this and this line. I need to take some of these off anyways. But that's where we sit. Pulling back in this in a little bounce up. So key area for me tomorrow is about 1737 to about 1740. I don't get super bullish in this until it gets above 1745. And the breakdown play is not until back about 1700 for the breakdown play. DAX tried to stabilize at the first target from the double and it's rolling over, so I'm still targeting 12,920 and 12,858. Crude, again, here, remember, trail a stop. This was a great area too when you get this and it does trigger. Fantastic area to unwind some, if not all, of the position for this potential move down. And then we just got the collapsing move down. Actually went a little farther than I expected it to, but we see here I reversed the harmonics and that's spiking into the 50 to 62 and still no close above the rotation zone and rotating back down, closing below yesterday's low. So, watching for a continued pullback move tomorrow, especially with cycles getting towards toppy area. Where do we sit? Where do we sit? If you want my best play cash, that's not a bad thing to be in. You all want a real move in the market, wait till late July when earnings and GDP come out. We'll get some moves. I even think before next major earnings seasons we're going to get some moves. Remember, if we're tipping into a recession, analysts are notoriously bad for revising earnings downward. So you tend to get bigger misses, which triggers downward moves. I'm Reagan from Kenya. Please, what should we expect on gold levels tomorrow? Is it breaking down to 1780, 1800, or flying back to 1850? Gold is caught in a friggin' range. My breakdown area is about 1827. If we break below there, I'm going to watch for a retest of the lows, especially if we close below there, because it'd be a close back below the 62.5. And then I'd be targeting 1805 area would be my first target. The breakout play, I was watching to see if we triggered. The breakout play is really your minor level is about 1850 for a breakout play. Your major level is 1860 for a breakout play. So it's just caught in this consolidation, and we might have to get through month end before anything else happens. That's the only play. Gold is caught in a range, and unless you're scalping back and forth, and that's too tight to trade around the core position for me. I need some still moves to harvest the price action. And again, silver. There's still nothing. Silver cycles are nicely at the bottom, but there's an aggressive buy on the close above today's high. Copper, we were watching for a potential buy, but that's off the table right now. So far, this is a textbook sideways correction with the rotation zone coming down. Notes, as I said, that was a fantastic play with a rotation back up. We held that. Break out of the channel, retest it this morning, a couple little retests, and then the trending move up. So I'm, again, retargeting about 117.24, and then a minor target for me is 118, and then I'll be back to 118.08. Don't want to see at this point a significant close below this trend line. Dollar index rotation up. Again, we got the aggressive buy yesterday. Well, not really aggressive because it's not. It was just a regular buy. I misspoke there. Sorry about that. A standard buy with the rotation zone. Remember, dollar index pulling back again to the weekly rotation zone and rotating back up. Yesterday, with the close, triggered the buy pattern following through. And as I said before, my next target is 105, 105.05, and then a potential return to the highs. If we return to the highs, that'll be considered a triple top, and this will be off. VIX, little gap, and then filling the gap. So we'll check on that tomorrow. By the way, my custom mega cap index, you can see here, never triggered this double yet, but it's still not off the table. So that's the only thing that would have to really trigger before I get into a more medium-term bullish stance. I'm expecting this to come back down and trigger a triple bottom. Yen still, there was no ramp up today, but the yen still holding right here with a potential double top. Swissy, again, looks like I'm waiting for a weekly close on this. It's sitting right there. Remember, it was pretty bearish before and now snap back right to that key level. Bitcoin holding still this 20K. I'm not really interested in Bitcoin until after we get this month end out of the way. Tesla, by the way, we did not get the close of below. Hold on one second. Yes, we did. Sorry, I forgot. This was a 4-hour pattern. We did get the close below, so that's now off the table. The only play I have for tomorrow is if we start breaking up above this 693 for the gap fill. Sorry, I forgot that this bar did. And it only got the partial gap fill. So now it's either to break above this 4-hour bar or to break below. And either way is a potential gap fill play. That's it. Other than that, it's back to sit on hands because this is caught in a range at month end. Hello. Hello, Eric. Yeah, we got some new faces. We got Tom. He thinks we've bottomed and we're going to is it new highs in August? August 1st or so that's Tom's play. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's super interesting. There's not a lot. I'm waiting for more overnight price action and just getting this quarter end out of the way. And actually the 1st of July. I'm not getting super interested in these markets for getting set up for more medium-term positions until we start getting trading back on July 5th. That will take quarter end and the holiday out of the way and the beginning of July out of the way, which are all interesting things. You want Apple? Well, you bought a Tesla. Good for you, AB. Apple. Does anybody else who's using TradingView have that thing where it keeps coming up with intervals for some reason first? I looked at this earlier today. There just wasn't a fan. What my great setup would be is if we rotate back up here and then get a double top, and then break down from there, because then that's the high probability play to the downside. We had this little mini double which played out, but other than that, and that was about it. So you had this mini double playing out, but I don't have a huge bullish setup right now, besides if it just breaks higher tomorrow. We start breaking higher above 140 into a minor clear path to retest this high level and set up a bigger double top pattern. Potential double top pattern. Because we got still cycles rolling over. All right, yours does it as well, so it looks like they have a bug because that never used to happen. Yes, I can, Balaji. Shop. Thank you for being here, Balaji. Shop. That we never had that double trigger. Shop is really now. It's a pretty decent horizontal channel, either breakout or breakdown play. What the? Did we have a? Hold on. Oh, yeah, there was a split. I forgot. So I'm going to have to redo this. Now, you're still, once these charts come out, you had the split. I'm still waiting for the charts to update. This will come lower, so that's the new. Remember, it was a split. Forgot about that today. Or yesterday, sorry. On the 10th. Yeah. So I need these to update, but once it does update, it's going to be the breakdown play. So just divide this by 10. But I'd be really watching, especially after that split. If it can get some juice, you still have this gap left behind to the upside. So just divide this by 10. The breakdown play would be a below above about $30.40. The breakout plays above 40. So that's about it. I just have to wait for this to update. And then the breakout play, I'd be targeting this gap fill too, specifically the open. The open would be about 45.70. I would not fully target it to the close just yet. But I need this to really update before we get the before we can do a proper analysis there. So they'll update this overnight and we can check it out tomorrow. I don't think there's anything. No, there's no way I can force that. If anybody knows how to force that, let me know. By the way, you're going against the weekly rotation zone still, which everything will shift lower. So it does still longer term favor another rollover play. And from a financial point of view, see your price to earnings is still off the charts ridiculously high. So I'm still watching for a much lower price action. 33 would probably be in line. Take take the PE ratio into much better shape if it just dropped there without a split. So that's your key levels. Just put on your own charts, Balaji, once you get these breakout or breakdown zones. And if it does not break out, I would not try to front run this pattern. Yeah, hopefully we see something going on tomorrow. I'm going to keep it shorter since I went like nearly an hour and a half yesterday. And there's not much to talk about. Again, tomorrow could be interesting, but really we're going to get some probably much better plays starting at the beginning of next week, which is really Tuesday. So until then, well, I'll be back tomorrow morning, of course. And then we'll take it from there. Again, hope everyone has a great trading day. If you don't have anything to do with this quarter end stuff, just don't force trades right now. This is not the time to be aggressive. This is a time to play high probability setups. If you don't have one, sit on your hands and take it as a learning lesson, or go enjoy some summer weather and do some other things. With that, I will chat with everyone later. You are welcome, Eric. You are welcome, Anissa. Thank you again for being here. Sorry it was a rather boring day. Hopefully we'll have more exciting times tomorrow morning. Bye for now.